Welcome everybody. How are we all doing today? So we're here with the GTRC Gran Turismo racing community this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we are racing today at Alsace Village. Alsace, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, to be honest, so hopefully we've done it some justice there. I apologize if we have not done it any justice. So as you can see, the guys are just running some laps right now, practicing, getting ready to go. They're probably doing driver's meeting as we speak, so we're just going to go over some information on what's going on for today's race. And welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. And grab the kiddies, grab your favorite bevies, your favorite spot on the couch or in the living room or wherever it is that you do your family viewing, and enjoy the race here today. So these guys have absolutely put on just an insane set of races over the last couple of weeks. These guys have absolutely given us all kinds of action to watch here over the last 2 weekends. And I expect nothing less this week, as we're looking like we've got a full field of race car drivers today, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be an absolutely great manufacturers battle between all the guys on track today. So we're just going to go over some of the race details for you guys and gals out there. So again, we're at Alsace Village, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 3.37 mile circuit. It has an elevation difference of 168 feet from the highest point to the lowest point of the racetrack. It is 9 a.m. in the morning and cloudy on track, so that is going to affect the track temperature here today at the racetrack. It'll make the track a little bit colder, so it'll be interesting to see how the drivers handle that. We are on a 50-minute endurance. Of course, we have the grid start with false start check. We have 3 times tire wear and 3 times fuel consumption. Grip on track, edge is real, slipstream is real. The drivers will start with a full tank of fuel. Qualifying will be 10 minutes, and all the settings are the same as the race settings, so there will be tire wear and fuel consumption for the race today. And of course, Group 4, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Group 4 series, so fantastic stuff here. BOP is on, and medium tires are the tires for the series, or for this race in particular anyways. Penalties are weak. Yeah, pretty much your basic good old stuff here at Gran Turismo Sport, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys have really been getting a lot of drivers coming in the races, and it's just absolutely fantastic to see. So things are looking really good here, and we got a 5-minute warning from our lobby host here today that we are going to start qualifying. So we will be starting qualifying in approximately 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just going to fire up this screen here. We'll let you guys see what I see here for the time being. And can you guys hear what I can hear is the next question. Did I turn the audio back on? I did not. There we go. Oh, alright, drivers come off track. Let's see if we can find somebody who's on track here. We're going to hang out with Tap here. Tap's been doing really good in the series so far this season. As it's very early in the season, we're only in round 4 today, so we're just hitting that almost a midway point to the season, I guess. And Tap has been doing really, really well in the series this season, so he's going to be definitely looking to get a podium finish today to try and get a few more points up on the guys ahead of him in the standings. And Boo, of course, being our race winner in all 3 of the first rounds this season. So Boo is looking very, very strong. And definitely looking like he's the guy to beat so far this season. So all these guys are definitely probably got a target on Boo's back here. And are going to be looking to beat him on track here today. As we can see, Boo's actually got fastest lap on track there as well at the moment in practice with a 2:02.19. So that's pretty darn quick, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty darn quick. I think that's the wrong one. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm just bringing up the GTRC YouTube chat here on one of my screens, so just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, as we don't want to miss any of the comments from any of the viewers, either on the GTRC YouTube or GT45 Gaming's YouTube. We are about 3 minutes away from racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is kind of a bit of a unique racetrack here at Gran Turismo. This one, it's got a little bit of combination of everything in it. It's got some high-speed corners. It's got some technical sectors. It's got some more serious corners. It's got a chicane in near the end sector, and then of course finishing off with a really tricky chicane before you come up the start-finish line here, and it doesn't take much to make a mistake that's going to cost you time on this track. As you can see, the track edge there is not a lot of curbing. For the most part, it's just dirt and grass. So the drivers are definitely going to want to try to make sure they keep their tires off the track edge here today, because it could spell trouble for some of these drivers. Depending where on the track you do get your tires off into the grass there. And of course, as we were just talking about, as we see Tap, he's starting to come into the final sector here. This is a little bit of a tricky sector. You got to line that corner up just right in order to be able to take it a full send. If you don't, you definitely got to lift a little bit to make the car rotate up the hill. And then of course you have this really tricky right-hand corner coming into the chicane here. And you got to get really tight to the walls. You got to get really cozy with the walls at the last final sector of this racetrack to really maximize your time in and out of there. So Tap doing a really good job. We still got Boo out on track here too. He's just cruising, doing his thing. Oh. And we got Super having a fantastic run last week, ladies and gentlemen, finishing second on the podium. So he's going to be looking for that top stand on the podium here today too, I'm sure, as he's looked very solid this season as well, and in that Lamborghini. So he's been doing a really great job of driving this Lamborghini throughout the series so far early on here, and maybe just a comfortable car for Supra. We have 750 here as well. Alright, it does look like we're going to get underway here, ladies and gentlemen, so let us get on with the action, shall we? We're going to head over to the main screen here. Alright, so qualifying is going to get underway here right away, ladies and gentlemen, as the host has just said the word. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have what looks to be a full field of drivers today. So Boo is the first one out on the track, so we're just trying to get on the Boo's car here. There we go. So he is the first one on track here. The positions will settle in once they get through the live timing feeds. And while we're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick look at the standings here after Tokyo's race last week. So, as we can see, Boo is sitting in first place with a fairly large lead right now, 63 points over the second place driver Tap with 42. And we see Super sitting there with 39 points in third place, but Razor is just nipping at his heels there in fourth with 38. And then we have Doug with 29, Ibra with 23, we have Tyrone Colby with 22, Barr with 22, tied for 7th there. 750 in 9th with 21. Type R with 18. Happy Pappy with 16. And then we have Ben with 11. Viper with 10. Bump and Run with 10. And the rest of the drivers haven't competed yet, so that's why they have 0 points. And then, of course, the manufacturer's part of the point system, ladies and gentlemen. Toyota in the lead with 84 points. Ferrari and BMW tied for second place right now with 71. Lamborghini's just not too far behind with 60. Renault with 34. Chevrolet with 23. Lexus has 21 points. And Honda not on the board quite yet. So that should change today as we do see a full field of drivers. And a absolutely 100% full field of drivers here today. So we love to see that. This is the first round we've had to have full field of drivers. So I'm ecstatic about that. And it's going to make for a whole lot of action-packed racing throughout the whole field here today. So that's exciting. And it is a fairly lengthy racetrack here. So you can see the guys are on their official first hot lap now. We're just sharing the stream out here. Alright, so what is Boo going to come across this line with? We're getting near this final run here. I think there's like 5 sectors on this racetrack, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. Alright. So, yeah, again, these laps are a little over 2 minutes long for the faster drivers, and of course it would be about 2 minutes, anywhere between 2:05 and 2:10 for the drivers on the slower compounds, or on for the slower drivers out of the group. So we're looking at approximately 20, 23, maybe 24. I think 24 is stretching it laps for the race today. Supra has actually come across the line. Superhero, pardon me, has come across the line in pole with that Corvette over Boo. So Boo's sitting in second. We have Doug sitting in third. We've got Supra in fourth. Well, the positions are changing like crazy here. Tap moving up into third place. They're knocking Supra down to fifth. Hair Razor going up into sixth. To Highlander in seventh. 750 in eighth. Hair Razor's now in sixth. Doug's down to fourth. 750 in eighth. We got Michael in ninth. We've got Trone in 10th. Type R in 11th. Pump and Run sitting in 12th. Happy in 13th. Ibra in 14th. And Eric's in 15th for the time being. I'm sure that is all going to change over the next couple of laps, as the drivers should get, the guys up front might get 2 more hot laps in, and then the ones near the back will definitely at least get 2 in, but potentially 3 laps for the front runners here. So we're just going to stick with Boo here as we're just starting to come up to this final sector here, as we're going to come up the hill, crest the hill, and you got to watch, there's a little kink to the right here. You got to make sure you're watching for that. And then we've got this downhill corkscrew-ish kind of section. Getting real close to that wall. Ooh, sliding around the corner a little bit, so he's going to have to let up or you're going to cream that other wall. And not gaining any time there. Doug's still sitting in... No, Doug comes across now in 4th. So Supra still holding provisional pole for the time. Superhero, pardon me. Still holding provisional pole here. Still coming around their second laps here. Eric's in 3rd place after his first hot lap, so he had a good hot lap there. Doug sitting in 4th. Tap is in 5th here as he just comes across. We have Supra here in 6th. We've got Hairraiser in 7th. We've got the Highlander in 8th. And we got 750 deciding to grab some fresh rubber. Michael doing the same thing. Tyrone in 11th. We've got Ibra in the other Corvette in 12th. We've got Bump and Run in 13. Type R's in 14th. And Happy Pappy just in the back there. So let's get back on with Boo. As again, we know he's in the front of the qualifying pack. So we're just going to stick with him as we're coming around. What would be the third official hot lap, I guess, now qualifying. And these guys will definitely get one more. So all three of them drivers not really losing each other, not really gaining on each other. So looking like they've got very similar pace. And Boo's only 2¼ tenths of a second behind our provisional pole sitter at the moment, Superhero, in that Corvette. And Eric's is less than 1/10 of a second behind Boo. So those top 3 drivers are absolutely showing some pace here this evening. Afternoon, I guess, where I'm at. It looked like Doug got a good run through that final sector there, as Boo's not able to improve, but Doug does jump up into 3rd place there over Eric, so Doug able to improve on his time there, and Superhero doesn't actually improve on his time there, but getting very close. So where is Eric here? Eric's here, so let's see what happens as he comes across. Now let's see if he's going to respond and get back on that podium here. As he does make a mistake there. You see Highlander gets a little bit inside of him there, so Highlander clipped the wall there a little bit. And Eric's is not able to capitalize there. We did see him make a mistake coming out of the final part of the corner there. And Tap's still in 5th. Super in 6th, Terracer in 7th, Highlander in the pits we've seen there, 750 in 9th. Michael's in 10th. We've got Tyrone sitting in 11th, Ibra still sitting 12th, Type R is still in 13th, Happy Pappy's moved up to 14th, and Bump and Run is sitting 15th. So Superhero still our provisional pole. And these guys are on their final hot lap here. This should be the last one, and maybe might just squeak across that line in time. We'll see. I don't think so. It's getting pretty close. So our provisional podium sitters at our podium starters here, our top 3 guys are all one behind another in qualifying here. So pretty easy to keep an eye on these guys as they're coming around to see if they're going to jostle their positions a little bit here. And Boo looks like he's having a pretty decent lap here. You would expect to see these guys start to go a little bit faster as they use the fuel in the tank, because that is going to make the car lighter. And the tires are just starting to scrub in here now, so... And Boo is not going to be able to improve on that. Neither is Doug. Ooh, Boo got really close. Boo got really close. It was 2/1000ths of a second behind our provisional pole sitter for his time there. So Boo missed out by 2/1000ths of a second from our provisional pole guy. Doug is only 3/10 behind Boo. Eric's is 1/1000th of a second behind Doug. This is absolutely incredible. We have 6/10 of a second between Tap and Eric's. We have Supra's only 8/1000ths of a second behind Tap. 3/10 between the 6th and 7th place driver, 2/10, 2/10, 1/10. This is absolutely a close field here. And some of these guys are still on a hot lap, so... we didn't see any... Trone does move up into 8th there, so really great stuff by all the drivers there. And it's race time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get going with it. So, 15 driver field today, ladies and gentlemen. 50-minute endurance race. And good luck to all our competitors on track today. Where are you guys viewing from? Who's your favorite driver? And let's get this going, as we're going to stick with our pole sitter here for the beginning of the race. The lights are now coming on. What a great shot. And our green, ladies and gentlemen, it is race time here on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening in the United Kingdom. And Superhero off with a great start with that Corvette. And gets around corner 1 very, very easily, uncontested. So we're just going to rip through the field here. Looks like everybody getting through safe and sound. Great stuff by all the drivers here. So corner 1 success from the drivers here today. Didn't look like there was any real serious incidents, if anything at all, as they're coming around the start of this race. So great job by all our competitors. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me. These guys have absolutely put on a fantastic show for us here over the last couple of weeks. It's been absolutely great racing. And I'm just looking forward to see what these guys have, as we see a massive battle coming into this right-hand corner here. Doug holding into 3rd place. We've got Boo sitting in 4th. We've got Tap just behind him in 5th. And we see the cars all jostling for position here as we're 3-4 wide going through the corner. Ooh, Hairraiser stuck his nose in between those two drivers. And, oh, there's some contact between Tap and Super now. And that does make Super go a little bit wide. He does manage to hold on to it. He actually comes out really without losing a whole lot of time. But he is going to have dirty tires here. So he's going to have to be very careful holding his line here, as we do have just a massive group of cars coming around. What a great shot. The guys definitely need to get a race photo of that, man. Lap 1. What a great, great, great shot. That was great angle by the cameraman. And these guys are just battling for positions. We see 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, right down to like 12th place here. All the way to the end of the pack. So from 15th to 4th place, there's just a massive battle going on. And this is just crazy. I don't even know where to look. We're just kind of looking at the field as a whole right now, because these guys are just continuously jostling for positions here. And everybody is just giving it everything here, as we see the Ferraris behind each other there. It looks like the guys are starting to slowly settle in, as we see Bump and Run thinking about making a move on Hairraiser. No, settles back into the train here. Not exactly the best place to try and make a move. And look at that, just massive line of traffic, ladies and gentlemen. What a great shot by our cameraman on track today. I think the GTRC is paying these cameramen a little extra today, because, man, they are on the ball. And Superhero's still in 1st place. We are just going to go check on our little front pack here. Eric's now in 2nd place here. Boo has moved up into 3rd, but Doug is absolutely starting to put the pressure on. As he thought about trying to make a move, is he going to go for a cutback here? Boo kind of just cuts the apex off there, so really no shot at the cutback there, as these drivers are just going to try and drag race it down the straightaway. They're coming around this little bit of a semi-high speed kink. It's a little tricky, that corner. If you don't get it quite right, you can mess yourself up pretty good. But Boo now sitting in 3rd place, with Doug just sitting behind him. So our top 4 drivers have kind of broken away from the remainder of the pack, which you can see here really isn't that far away. They can just see the drivers getting around the corner there. So let's go through our field here. We have Tap in 5th. We have Super in 6th. We see Michael thinking about making a move here. So we're going to stick with this real quick. And 750 all over the back end of this. So the 2 Lamborghinis are right there with each other. And what looks like to be a Jaguar stuck in the middle here. So the Jaguar is doing a great job. These Lamborghinis have some pretty good pull power on a straight line. So as he is in the middle of a Lamborghini sandwich here at the moment, but doing a really great job. Are all these drivers, as they're all racing very close together. And we see Michael took a peek there, just wasn't able to get a nose in there and try and get that done. We have 750 here chasing this battle in 8th place. Oh man, there is just so much going on right now. Let's go with our 10th place driver. Let's get on board with our 10th place driver. There's the angle we're looking for. So this is what it looks like from 10th place right now, all the way up to 5th place. So we're going to sit with Hair Racer here for a minute in the Ferrari as he's running behind this just massive train of cars coming up to corner 1 here. As we see the leaders just getting around corner 1 up ahead of these guys. So all these guys absolutely really close together here. And just a great shot right here. Some great angles here at Gran Turismo Sport, ladies and gentlemen. Some chase cam right there. Then we got bump and runs here in 11th, just outside of this group. We have Trone Colby, and it looks like a good battle between Highlander and Happy Pappy here at the moment. So let's stick with this just for a second, as we have the Jaguar versus the Renault, and then we have the Type R just in behind these guys as well in the other Renault. So let us see what is going to happen here. We know Happy Pappy, he is just tucked in. He might just be sitting there waiting for maybe Highlander to make a mistake, and then just using that car to keep the draft and keep pulling in towards the rest of the pack. As again, the Renault's weak point is straight line speed, but man, do these things rip around corners. So they have their advantages and disadvantages, but here at Alsace, I think that they're at a slight disadvantage just due to the amount of high speed ability on the racetrack. So Superhero's doing a fantastic job in this Corvette as he's opened up almost a 4-second gap now on this group right here. And I think what's been happening is these guys have just been absolutely battling. As we see Boo and Eric's battling for P2 here, and great cutback move by Boo there on Eric's to take second place from him there. And Doug wasn't quite able to capitalize on that. So let's take another look at that, guys. That was a great move. Let's go further back. So you can see Eric's is thinking about maybe trying to make a move on Boo here, but he's in a tough spot here as he's got to try and attack and defend, and just not going to give us the replay properly. Oh, these replays. Gran Turismo Sport lately has just not been on the ball. As now we see Eric's has just gotten around Boo, so let's stick with this battle as these guys are just continuously battling. There we go. And just a great cutback move here. So yeah, great job by Boo. Replay is finally working properly. Glad to see it. So Eric's now in third place here with Doug just behind this group. Now, are these guys going to continue to battle for P2 and then allow that leader to continue pulling this gap, or are they going to start to work together? We know Boo's a pretty strategic race car driver, so he's either just trying to get away from Eric's here and trying to avoid this battle, as he probably realizes as he's watching that live timing feed that the leader is very quickly gaining a tenth of a second per corner basically right now while these guys are battling. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here over the next 2 or 3 laps, as Doug is right on the back end of this as well now because of the battling from second and third place drivers here. So this battle's far from over here today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised as Doug maybe taking a peek inside there, opting just to chill behind these two right now. So Doug being the most patient out of the 3 drivers here in this battle for second and third, fourth place. So let's get back into our mid-pack battle here, as we have Tap still holding Supra off at 6, but Supra is applying all kinds of pressure on Tap in that BMW there with that Lamborghini. So let's see if Supra's going to try and do something here. He looked like he's maybe trying to set up a cutback. He just doesn't get the drive out of the corner to get that move done. So doing a great job there is Tap to just stay enough ahead of Supra not to allow that Lamborghini to really poke a nose in there. So Tap again doing a fantastic job, having a great race as usual here. And Supra also just having a fantastic race. Again, he looks really comfortable in that Lamborghini. So all over the back end of Tap here as they come through that final chicane, coming up to the start-finish line. And Superhero has his fastest lap of a 2:01.6 right now, ladies and gentlemen. He is absolutely flying. So Michael here just losing a little bit off that battle for 5th and 6th here, but if these drivers do start to battle, he does want to stay close there so he can start to gain that time back on. 750 is just behind there in 8th, with Hair Racer trying to close him up in 9th. We've got Ibra in 10th there in that Corvette. And then we got Trone here in the Toyota 86. We've got Bump and Run in the Ferrari. We've got Happy Pappy in that Renault. Still all over the back end of Bump and Run there. Type R now up in 14th place here. And Highlander in 15th. So I'm not sure what happened to Highlander. Maybe having a little bit of an incident somewhere on track there. And I'm not 100% sure, but in the back of the pack now. So we are with our race leader here. As that last lap was the one he just put the fastest lap down on, and he's flying. Ladies and gentlemen, he's flying. I mean, he's now opened that lead up to 4.8 seconds in about 2/3 of a lap it took us to get through the field of drivers here. So he is absolutely on it, and Boo's now starting to pull away from Doug and Eric's, who's now switched spots. So Doug now sitting in 3rd place with that BMW, and Eric's now chasing him down in that Lexus. So these two are still battling a little bit here. So you see Eric's is trying to get that position back from Doug, but Doug's not making it easy. Not at all. So really great stuff by all our drivers on track here so far today. Let's see here. We have this battle still brewing for 5th and 6th place here as well, ladies and gentlemen. So Supra is all over the back of Tap, but I think Supra's going to try and make a move here. Let's see what happens here. And Tap really defends that apex really well, so he doesn't really give Supra the option to try and get the cutback there. But you can see that Lamborghini is absolutely pulling in on that BMW here, so again, he's just trying to keep clean air in the front end of that Lamborghini. He is driving behind another car. Dirty air is a thing here in Gran Turismo Sport, ladies and gentlemen. So when you're traveling behind another car like Supra is at the moment, let's get to a camera angle here. So right now, he's not so bad. I mean, he's driving in dirty air. He's within a couple tenths of a second of the driver in front of him here. And so what happens when you're this close to a driver, especially when you're coming into braking points and cornering, it does affect your braking and your cornering. You have to turn in a little bit sooner, and you got to brake just a little bit sooner when you're driving right behind a car. So what you're seeing with Supra weaving back and forth from left to right behind Tap here is him just trying to get a little bit of clean air into the radiator of that car. Just so when he's coming into these corners, he still has his steering capability and his braking capability as if he were racing without a car right in front of him. So basically what's happening here is Tap is punching a hole in the air with his car. All that force is going around and over Tap's car, and Supra is kind of tucked into that channel of no resistance, so to speak. So with that being said, what that does is it pulls his car closer to Tap's car without Supra really having to do a whole lot of extra effort. And it's just a part of racing. It's called drafting, ladies and gentlemen. It's called slipstream. That's how it works. And they get into that wind tunnel effect, so to speak, and it just draws them in towards the other driver. Now, the trick is, you know, it's one thing to catch that driver. It's a whole other thing to be able to get past that driver. And we can see that Tap's been doing a really great job at defending here for the last 2 or 3 or 4 laps now. Supra's been all over, putting all kinds of pressure on Tap here. So Tap not buckling to the pressure to start with, so he's doing a really great job. And he's just not giving Supra an easy line to stick a nose in there to get a move done on an inside. So we are here with Superhero. Again, he is our pole sitter. And it looks like the race, for the most part, settled in pretty quickly here already. So we have a little battle for 3rd and 4th here. They're not really fighting right now. Like, they're kind of just chilling out, hanging out, trying to gain on Boo there in 2nd place. And then we have this little battle here for 5th and 6th that we were just watching with Tap and Supra. And then we have Michael just off in the distance here in that Jaguar. So Supra gets a good run. Tap goes a little bit wide there, so Supra should be able to get this move done coming into the braking zone here. Ooh, he had him. He could have tucked in and taken that, but he's going to try to cut back here instead as he does get that done. So that was a really great move on Supra's part on Tap, but Tap is not going to let it go easily as Tap is side by side here with Supra. So we are going to stick with this. We have that replay saved for the initial move by Supra here, but now Supra is in a battle for his life to keep that position from Tap, but Supra does have the optimal line coming through this high-speed corner here. and doesn't manage to just get in front of Tap there, but Tap is still applying all kinds of pressure on Supra here, as he's going to go outside, which if he can stick beside Supra here, will give him the inside line into the hairpin. He's not quite able. He's going to go for the cut back there. He does get his nose in there, and it looks like Tap is going to get that back done. No, Supra's like, nah, hold on. We ain't done here yet, man. And, hold on to Tap. Great job by both these drivers. Tap going just a little bit wide. Super getting just ahead of him coming into the downhill sector here, coming into the final sector of the corner. We're coming into the chicane here. And looking like Super's got just enough of a gap to get through here. Ooh, he was really close to that wall. Woo-hoo, and that actually gave Tap a chance to catch back up. So let's go take a look at the initial move from Supra here. As you can see them coming around that high-speed corner. He gets a run on Tap here. I thought he was going to go and cut into the apex there, but he doesn't. Instead, he opts to go for the cutback, comes back around Tap there, and then the battle ensues for another third of a lap there, as these two were absolutely just intently battling. As we can see this here, Tap just getting his nose in there, Super going a little bit wide. Just great battle by these two drivers here, side by side through a large portion of Alsace Village here today. So that was a really great battle to watch. That was really fun watching that battle exchange for 5th or 6th place. But as we can see here, Michael just off in the distance now, gaining on these two as they were having that battle. So Michael now coming into factor for this battle for 5th and 6th place as well. And now we have Hairraiser putting some pressure on Ibra, as we see Ibra going a little bit wide there. Is Hairraiser going to be able to get this move done? He is trying, but Ibra does have... Oh, he's going to go deep. Hairraiser opts to take going really, really late into the corner. Ooh, he does have some contact from 750 behind, so Hairraiser dropping a couple of spots out of that little bit of a exchange there. But getting back around 750, potentially giving him that spot back there. That's kind of what it looked like to me. So great job by 750 there to realize he made a bit of a mistake. He does give the position back to Hairraiser, so Hairraiser back now pushing to try and catch up to Colby, who looks inside on Ibra. He has a great run out of the corner here. Is he going to be able to get this done on that Corvette Power though? No, Ibra easily getting around that Toyota 86 in the drag race there. So Corvette definitely showing its prowess over the Toyota in a straight line there. But that Toyota is not giving up. He is still pushing. And Hairraiser now on the back of Trollen. So we're going to stick with this little bit of a mini battle we got going on here. So we're going to go for some bumper cam action with Hairraiser here in that Ferrari. And it's Hairraiser's birthday today, ladies and gentlemen. So happy birthday to Hairraiser. And love seeing him on the track. I hope he's having a blast today. And he's gaining some great time on these two drivers here in that Ferrari. So let's just stick with Hairraiser for a moment here as he is battling for that 9th place on Tron Colby in that 86. So he's going to opt to take the outside line here. Quite easy to do coming into this corner. If you could stick beside that driver, it would give him the apex. But Tron going in there quite quickly and very easy on the brake there, and actually gaining time on Hairraiser and Ibra. So let's jump on with Colby then as he's chasing down Ibra here. And that Toyota 86 just really taking a great corner there. I thought that he was actually going to get a run on Ibra there, but that Corvette's just showing great power on corner exit. And Tron just having a little bit of an issue keeping Ibra behind him when he does get that move done. So we see the 86 getting the move done on the inside there. And that was actually a really great move, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go check that out again here in a second. But we're just going to stick with this battle here to make sure that there's nothing else happening. As we see Hairraiser now putting pressure on on Ibra, sorry, after Tron get around him there. So let's just go back and take a look at the move from Tron on Ibra here, as he gets a better line, just gets tighter on that apex, and carries a little bit more speed through there. And that Toyota 86 showing his prowess in the corners over that Corvette. So really, really solid move there by Tron to get ahead of Ibra there. And quickly trying to drive away from that group there. So great job there by Tron Colby making that move on Ibra there. So we already have a superhero. After these guys make their rounds of pit stops, we will do a onboard with our race leader, whoever that may be, after the round of pit stops. We're with Boo here in second place. He is starting to close that gap back up on the later superhero here a little bit, as it was at 1.6 seconds. Now we're down to 3.8. So Boo's doing a good job of starting to pick up his pace a little bit here, trying to catch superhero up front. And again, I did say that Boo's a very calculated driver, so maybe playing a little bit of strategy there as well. As we've seen, he has a pretty good amount of fuel left in that car of his as well. Doug's sitting here looking very strong in third place, but again, Eric's is not out of the picture of this battle yet. He's still within eyesight, and Supra now starting to gain a little bit of ground on our fourth place driver, as we see Tap in sixth there. He isn't too far out of the equation here either. And then, of course, our seventh place driver, Michael, who's been just on the back end of this pack here for the majority of the race. He's just kind of maybe chilling out a little bit here. Long race, 50 minutes is a long time. There's 30 minutes of racing left yet, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys are in no hurry to really put a lot of pressure on getting that perfect move done right now. Trone now trying to absolutely start to make time up on the front end of this pack here. His tires are in great shape in that Toyota, so probably start to see him pushing a bit here. As you can see, Ibra and Hairraiser still battling for 9th and 10th place here as well. And off in the background, you can just see 750 coming into the picture there. So if these guys do start to battle too much here, that is going to give 750 a chance to catch up to these two drivers potentially as well. But Hairraiser is doing a pretty good job of keeping Ibra just at enough of a distance where Ibra, that Corvette power, can't close him back up to the point where he can make a move coming into the corners here. You could hear the tires as the 750 is fighting a little bit of damage here, as well as we see some front aero and front right suspension damage. So absolutely going to make that car fairly tough to handle. We have Type R and Happy Pappy here, both in the Renaults. Again, right with each other here, using each other, helping each other out, get through the track. And we've lost two drivers. Two drivers have retired from the race. So we're down to 13 drivers here, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Superhero here doing a great job in first place, but that gap is very, very quickly closing to our second place driver, Boo, here, as it was, what, 3.8 seconds when just before we went through the field there. Now we're down to 2.5 second difference between the two of them, and Boo not that far off that fastest lap either, only 0.3 of a second off that fastest lap with his fastest lap of the race. So Boo is 100% starting to push towards the leader here. Now, this might be a little bit of strategy, as Boo might just be trying to close that gap, or even maybe get a pass done before the round of pit stop starts, just so he is right there with the leader, knowing what the strategy is, and then he can kind of make his call from there. But he's not letting the leader drive away. He is absolutely starting to reel the leader in here. And Doug's doing a great job, but Boo's just stepped it up and starting to lose Doug here as well. So Doug kind of in the middle of nowhere right now in third place. Not the worst place to be. When you're on a podium, obviously you're going to want a better position, but right now when things are coming down to it, you got a 5-second cushion behind you, and you're about 10 seconds back on the guy in front of you. Right now it's just focus, run good, clean, fast laps. So we can see Eric's here behind him, trying to chase him down, and Supra's doing a great job in that Lamborghini now, starting to chase down Eric's here as well. So he's been watching him progressively chip away at that gap as well. Michael now here in 6th place, getting around Tap. I'm not sure if we could actually catch that. Let's see if we can catch where that happened. Ooh, we just missed it right there. So coming around the first wider chicane there, Michael does get around Tap there. So looking like that was a pretty great move. Just unfortunately, we were quite able to catch the whole thing, but Tap has not just going to let him have it that easily, as Michael might be a controller driver here. As you see him flashing his headlights coming in and out of corners, it's a telltale sign that he is potentially racing on controllers. So you will see the drivers flash their headlights to, maybe show some displeasure to another driver in a pass he made, or maybe just to say, hey, that was a nice move, or hey, let's work together. But Typically when you're coming in and outside of corners and you see them flashing the headlights like that, it's just because they're on controller and they're pressing the joystick down as they're coming in or out of the corners. So I believe Michael is on controller, so doing a great job in 6th place there. Tap just losing a little bit of time on him there. Trone going, whoa, he's going wide. He was following Tap's line there, and not necessarily the best idea. So Hair Razor now coming up on Trone here, and Hair Razor's just quite easily going to take the inside line as he is at full speed there. Trone is still getting back up to speed, and he was on some dirty tire there. So great job by Hair Razor to capitalize on Trone's mistakes. So Trone dropping back, pardon me, to 9th place after making a fairly large mistake coming out of that corner. They're getting really wide and mowing some grass with that Toyota 86. Ibra here in 10th place with that Corvette. And then again, 750 is fighting some damage here on this Lamborghini. So in 11th place. And then we have Type R and Happy Pappy. Happy Pappy's tires look really great on that Renault, ladies and gentlemen. In 13th here. So we can see the leader is starting to run low on fuel here, and that gap is still about 1.5 seconds. So he has not let Boo gain any more time since we were here, about a lap, maybe a little less than a lap ago. But I think Boo has much better fuel situation. As we can see, Boo is on a much better fuel situation than Superhero is in that Corvette. But Superhero just showing a little bit more pace than Boo, so has Boo finally met his match this season on track here? We will find out over the next 25 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And Boo's gained half a second on that Corvette right there. So, almost in slipstream range here is Boo. He is pushing. He's trying very hard to get into the slip of that Corvette, but I think that Corvette just has a little bit, again, extra better power on the straight line than that BMW behind him does. But that BMW is showing some definite prowess in the corners over that Corvette. So, and he's closed right up there. He is within that slipstream now. So he really needs to nail this final sector coming into the slipstream. But I do suspect that our leader is going to pit here. I don't know if our leader can maintain that pace on what he has left for fuel. And yes, they both go into the pits. Actually, Boo does go and pit with the leader, and I kind of almost suspected that was going to happen. So let's stick with Doug here as we're coming around now and see if he opts to pit as well. His tires are definitely looking quite worn. Yeah, Doug is going to pit as well. So let's get on with our 4th place driver. No, he's going to go around one more time. His tires are in a little bit better shape than Doug's were as well. So a little bit of strategy here from Eric's. Going to try and get a big enough gap to be able to get into the pits and hopefully undercut these guys. Come out ahead of these guys. Well, not an undercut situation, but just trying to push as quick as he can to hopefully pull a big enough gap on the pit drivers to pull away from him. But we see Boo coming out. Now, Boo had quite a bit more fuel than Superhero did, so not surprised to see Boo come out of the pit so quickly here. And definitely ahead of Superhero. So where's Superhero? Superhero comes out in 3rd place here, so these guys had a pretty significant gap on the rest of the field to be able to come out ahead of the field on their pit stops. And the rest of the field hasn't pit yet. So, really great job by these two drivers. Have absolutely making some distance on the road here. So we do have Tap here in 4th. And he's now got some rear aero damage there as well. Doug in 5th. He's now out on fresh tires as well. So losing a position. A couple of positions, but again, some of these drivers still have to pit, so these drivers will relegate back into their race positions, whatever they may be, after the round of pit stops is complete. So now we see Happy Pappy here in 7th, and I mean, Happy can most certainly go probably another half a dozen laps yet on that fuel and those tires in that Renault, so be interesting to see how he decides to play out his pit strategy here. Drone back in 8th place. We got Michael in 9th. Hair Razor at the moment sitting in 10th. And then we've got Ibra in 11th. We've got 750 in 12th, and Type R, who has Pitt in 13th position. So we can see Boo already catching up to Eric's in the lead here. So I'm not sure opting to stay out there was the best call, but we'll find out as Eric's now coming into the pit. So Boo taking the race lead from Eric's there. And Boo has pits, so now it is a matter of running to the finish line and hopefully keeping Superhero behind him. So the gap between these two drivers at the moment is 4.6 seconds. So we are going to be monitoring that as the race progresses here. So we see Doug's now coming back into third place as well after these guys are starting to pit. Eric's comes back out in fourth place. That is where he was before he pit there. Supra coming out behind him. Ooh, a little bit of a glitch there. Hopefully everything's okay with Supra there. He's having a really great race, so we don't want to see that happen. Looks like it's settled down there. Just a little bit of a blip of lag there. Coming out in fifth, so Trollen looking like he's benefit here as he's up into sixth place. And Michael right back into seventh, but Michael putting all kinds of pressure on Trone, taking sixth from him right there. Is Trone going to respond? Yes, Trone is going to respond as he's going to try and get the cutback, but he's going to have the outside coming into this corner here. Ooh, he just decides to tuck back in behind Michael and close that gap back up and wait for a better opportunity to make the move back. We can see Michael is pushing there though, and opting just to take 75% fuel in pit lane there as well by the looks of it. So a little bit of pit strategy coming in. Oh, and Supra and Bump and Run have both left the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. So Supra, as we've seen earlier, was lagging a little bit there and disconnecting from the lobby. So, oh, I'm really gutted for you, Supra, my guy. How's it going? How you doing, Mr. Gomez, Mr. Juan? So, we've had now lost 3 drivers in this race, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Boo here in first place. We've got Superhero trying to chase him down in second. The gap has not changed at all since we looked about a lap ago. Doug has lost a couple seconds on the front two. Where is Eric's behind Doug? Both 5.3 seconds. We're just monitoring some of these gaps. As you can see, the drivers are fairly spaced out. Our best battle at the moment is between 5th to 8th place here. So let's stick with these guys for for a lap or two here. Michael's actually got a little bit of a gap. Let's get in with our 6th, 7th, and 8th place drivers here. Rocking that Cleveland Browns livery here right there. Great stuff by Colby. So, yeah, these drivers are just jostling a little bit. We see Hellraiser trying to get a move done on Trone right now. Just tucks back in behind him. He didn't quite have enough to get that nose in there to get inside track on Trone. So Trone doing a good job at holding enough speed just to keep Hellraiser from getting his nose inside that apex. And there's just a whole lot of jostling going on around here. Guys semi-defending, guys fully defending. We have guys trying to play offense and defense all at the same time. It's really not that simple to do, ladies and gentlemen. So let's jump on with Hellraiser. And you know what? Let's go into OP view. As this is much what the battle looks like from Hellraiser's point of view. So there's Tap literally rubbing paint with him in behind him, and then up front here with this battle between Colby and Michael as well. So a little case of having to defend and losing the front two guys here. Coming in quite deep into that corner. That is going to give Tap an opportunity, as we see Tap does manage to get on the inside track there, but not able to get the move done as the Hellraiser does get back around him there. So really great stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Super jumping back into the room and leaving again. Absolutely got to be heartbroken right now. We see Tap trying to get that inside track coming into the chicane here. Ooh, he really pushed hard to get that done. Is he going to hold it though? Oh, Hair Racer does have the outside here. Oh, what a great battle between the 7th and 8th place drivers here as they're still battling. Coming into corner 1 here. Tap now getting ahead of Hair Razor a little bit here as well. So Hair Razor now finding himself at the back of this little group of drivers here right now as well. So 750 and Ebra are battling here too for 9th and 10th places. You can see Ebra just has him edged out here coming up the straightaway. But if Super could just stick inside here, no, he was not able to hold his position right beside Ebra there. He was going to have the inside line coming around this corner, but opts to go a little wider here and get the inside track coming into this corner. Ebra looking like he's going to think about a cutback here. Is he going to get that done? Corvette has proven to have some really good pull power out of the exits here at Alsace today, so not quite able to get the drag race on that Lamborghini, as we know the Lamborghini has a good pull in a straight line as well. So, and you can see 750 is working hard to keep Ebra behind them. You see the tire smoke coming off of that car into the braking zone there. So going into the corner really late on the brakes, just trying to maximize all of the speed he can get out of that car right now, as Ebra just will not let him get away. And we're just going to go see what's going on back yonder here. Alright, so Boo now with a 6-second lead, ladies and gentlemen. So he has actually put some time on Superhero here. He's just coming through the final sector here, so we're going to do an onboard with the leader. As I said, when the pit stops have circulated through and finished their rounds, then we would get on with our race leader for a flying lap around Alsace Village, and that is exactly what we're going to do as soon as Boo comes around on this lap here. Have a little bit to go yet. We're just going to check through the field here real quick, see what we got brewing, as we see Tron and Michael getting a little bit distance. Tap starting to rein Michael in now. 750 still managing to hold Ebra off. Oh, wrong driver. There we go. So we are with Boo here, as he is now coming into the final sector of Alsace race lap here. Come around this tight hairpin, nice wide sweeper, move over to the left, get ready to catch the curb on this corner. Just a slight lift there, just to make sure you maintain coming uphill. A little kink. Got to make sure you're on that curb on the right-hand side there, and then braking about here. Want to try and go wide, cut over, cut hard towards the fence, and just try to get on the throttle as early as possible, as we see there by Boo. And here's an onboard with our race leader, ladies and gentlemen. And we will allow you just to sit back, listen to this car, and really enjoy a flying lap with Boo on Alsace Village. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go, a flying lap with our leader, Boo, around Alsace Village. So let's take a look and see what is going on here, as he has opened up another 0.4 of a second on that 6.6 second lead he had on Superhero. Superhero's doing a fantastic job here, but that Corvette's just not quite able to manage the fuel quite as well as the BMW up front there. So let's see if he can reel him in. He might just be playing it safe till the closer to the end of the race. We may see Superhero really start to push the issue maybe in another 3-4 minutes. We'll have to see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen, as Doug is maintaining pace with Superhero up there in second place. Eric's maintaining pace with Doug. Nothing's changed there. And then we have this battle here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. As we see Tap now battling with Tro and Kobe there. We'll try to see if we can get any of that battle here. Now, it looks like we missed it, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate, but looking like these guys having still just a fantastic battle in the mid-pack here. These drivers, man, they just find a way to close that gap up on the next guy and just give us some action to hang out and enjoy here. So all these drivers doing a great job here on track. Again, we're having some great battles here. This mid-pack has just been fantastic again today. Much like the last 3 races so far. Just drivers that just do such a great job here at the GTRC. It's really fun to watch. It's really fun to commentate for. We appreciate all the support, and I hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast. As we see Tron making another move on that same corner on the exact same line in that Toyota 86. So obviously that's a favorite spot on the racetrack for Tron to make a move on, as we've seen him do it a couple times here today now. So he's doing a fantastic job there. And Tap is really trying really hard to find a way around Troan here, as you can see him going in to the corner a little quicker than he probably wanted to there, as he got a little sideways around the corner there, but he's doing a good job of trying to catch back up here. So, really great mid-pack battle here, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys are just absolutely battling for 5th to 6th place here. And you can see the 7th and 8th place driver just kind of chilling out in the back, waiting for something to develop here. And you can see them now starting to close up, as we've seen Tron go back around Tap there as well. So, let's go take a look at that. Oh, that wasn't quick enough. We need a further back replay than that. As he just got that apex coming into the chicanes there and was just able to get inside a Tap there. So really great job there. So he's going to try and respond. Michael and Harry are just again still on the back of this. So Tap's now going to try and get a move done on Tron here. As he comes out, they are side by side. So a drag race between that Toyota and that BMW at the moment here. But he is going to have the outside line here. So the advantage does go to that 86, but he tries to go a cutback move instead. Gets back into that slipstream. Is he going to try and go inside here? He's going to take a look. He just can't quite get his nose in there. So really great job by Tron to just keep that Toyota just ahead of that BMW, enough for him not to be able to get that apex, as Tap definitely took a look. He definitely took a look, ladies and gentlemen. He just wasn't able to get the car in there. So these guys are just having a great battle. We just seen Hairraiser go around Michael there as well. Let's see if we can get a look at that pass, as he's going to go outside here. Just a tiny small amount of wheel-to-wheel contact there, but great job by Hairraiser and Michael again, not really giving that up that easily either. So really great pass by Hairraiser there, as we see him now in 7th. He's starting to close up on his battle for 5th and 6th now. And I'm not sure what happened to Michael. I mean, he might have made a mistake here in one of these corners, as he has kind of fallen back off of this group a little bit here. So 750 up to 9th place here is still holding Ibra off in 10th. We have Type R in 11th and Pappy in 12th. Again, we have had 3 drivers now retire from the race. One due to fatal damage in the car, and potentially 2 disconnects. I'm not 100% sure. One of them I missed altogether. So Boo with a 7.5 second lead on our second place driver Superhero with just over 5.5 minutes remaining in the race. He's looking very good there. Superhero doing a great job in second, maintaining that gap between him and the third place driver Doug, who's doing the exact same thing, maintaining his gap over the fourth place driver Eric, who was battling quite a bit with Doug in the very early stages of the race for that third place position. And we still have just a fantastic battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th going on here as well. So right now this is kind of where the action is on track by the looks of it. So we're going to hang with these boys for a little tiny bit here. And see if any of these guys are going to pull away from each other here, or if these guys are just going to battle it right to the end. It looks like these guys are going to battle it out right to the end. And they're just battling. They're just battling. It's absolutely great stuff. So Trone now on the inside of Tap here. Tap's got 5th for the time being, but Trone got a really good line through that hairpin there. He gets a good exit, pulls back ahead of Tap. So now Tap's back trying to chase down Colby as they're going to come up over the hill and start heading back downhill into the final chicane for the start-finish line here. Let's see what happens. These guys are absolutely having a great battle here, but these two drivers have been battling for laps now, and it's got to be exhausting. These guys have got to be getting exhausted, but they're doing a fantastic job here. And oh, here is just clipping the wall a little bit there. Does he get any damage there from that? It doesn't look like it. So very fortunate for Hairraiser there not to pick up any damage after clipping that wall. And we see Trone back in 5th again. Tap trying to get back around him. Trone is having a fantastic race in that Toyota today, ladies and gentlemen. So Tap in the drag race is holding 5th right now. Is he going to stay ahead? These guys are just swapping positions back and forth every sector. This is absolutely great racing by these two drivers. So now Trone on the chase with Tap. These guys have swapped positions like 4 or 5 times in the last lap and a half. This is absolutely great stuff by these two drivers. Alright, let's take a quick look through the fields. We do have a battle developing between Ibra and 750 here as well. Oh, both drivers going wide! Oh, what happened? Oh my goodness. So, woo, Michael is 100% going to benefit from that. And we see our 11th place driver just coming up in the Type R coming up in the distance there. He might benefit from that. Let's go see what happened there. So they're coming into the corner here. And it's literally just a case of one driver following the other driver. And both, unfortunately, getting into the grass there. And Ibra, unfortunately, got the worst of the two spinouts there. So 750 getting back on track in 9th place there. And Ibra dropping back a couple of positions after that. But yeah, that was just a case of one driver following the other driver's line. And unfortunately, the driver in front got a little bit wide. So the driver behind also got a little bit wide. And both drivers just making a mistake there, catching that grass and spinning out when they're getting back to that track surface on those dirty tires. So really unfortunate there for Ibra and 750, but both drivers back on track. The race is almost at an end here, and no big deal. So we have a minute and a half remaining, ladies and gentlemen, and Boo in the lead once again, looking to take his 4th straight race win this season. And just looking like that, nobody is up to the task to beat this gentleman this season so far. He is just on a tear. We're just sticking with him here to see if he's going. He is absolutely going to get another lap here. Potentially our top 3 drivers will get kind of essentially a victory lap here, I guess. They're all good on fuel. So we're just sticking with the leader here. We're gonna try and catch everybody's race finish here. It just depends when the drivers cross the start-finish line here. You see Boo making a mistake there. So this is the final lap for our race leader, Boo. Let's go with Superhero as he is coming around the final corner here as well. He will also be on his final lap, and Doug coming around. Doug should get a extra lap as well. So Doug will come and cross that line with 7 seconds left on the clock. So Doug will get another lap, and ooh, so does Eric's. So our top 4 drivers are officially on their final laps, and the rest of the field is on their final lap right now. So Tap is in 5th place. Oh, and he makes a huge mistake going into the corner there. Oh my goodness. So Trone gets 5th place on Tap. Is Tap going to be able to hold 6th here? He looks like he is very slow. He's going to give that to Hairraiser. So Trone coming across the 5th. Hairraiser coming across the 6th. And Tap with full engine damage coming into 7th place there. That was really, really unfortunate for Tap there. I'm not sure if he just missed his break point there. Michael coming around in 8th place finish in that Jaguar. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen. And Ibra and 750 battling to the finish line here. Ibra has the inside track. 750 going to try and get the cutback. He's got to go outside. And the drag race to the finish. Who's going to get it? Oh my goodness. 750 edges out Ibra. Oh, wow. What was that margin? There's no way it was by a 1/10 of a second, ladies and gentlemen. That was by... Oh, wow. What an absolutely crazy close finish by those 2 drivers. It says a 1/10 of a second, but we know, we just saw that that was not the case. Type R coming across in 11th. We have Happy Pappy here coming with a 12th place finish in that Renault. Great job by Happy. So back with our race leader as he is just coming around the final sector right now. And our race winner, ladies and gentlemen, for the 4th straight race in a row, Boo, with another fantastic drive. And just great job by that guy. I don't know if anybody has an answer for him this season. He just is cruising. Superhero absolutely giving Boo a fantastic run for his money today, though. Finishing 2nd in his race in that Corvette. We have Doug coming across, having another great drive here. Gonna take 3rd place. So our podium finishers, 1, 2, 3. Great job by all these drivers. And Eric's just behind there in 4th place. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can catch that replay. No, we missed it. We're not sure what happened to Tap there. It looked like he just missed his breaking point. But that was absolutely insane. So our winner, ladies and gentlemen, Boo, with a race victory, starting from 2nd place on the grid today, coming in 1st place behind Superhero. Just great stuff by these drivers. So let's go check our race results. Again, these are unofficial, ladies and gentlemen. So 1st place is Boo. We have Superhero in 2nd, Doug in 3rd, Eric's MK in 4th. We have Trone Kobe in 5th, Hairraiser in 6th place, Tap in 7th, Michael in 8th, 750 in 9th. We have Ibra in 10th, Type R in 11th. We have Happy Pappy finishing 12th, the Highlander finishing 13th. I believe that was... Can't remember who the driver was there, and Supra disconnecting in the race as well. So they'll have to sort that out as far as position goes for finishing the race between the last 3 drivers here. Is I believe 2 disconnected and 1 retired from the race. So great job by all the competitors here today, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go do some podium interviews. So we're just going to shut the audio off for a moment, because the guys are decompressing. They're, you know, going over everything that happened in the race. There's probably going to be a few nonchalant words that might get passed around through the chat there. So we're just going to give these guys a second to decompress. What everybody think about that great race at Alsace today? That was a fantastic race. And again, these guys just putting on a great show. 4 weeks in a row. Our winner being Boo. So, just incredible stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we'll go into chat. We'll do some innies. And yeah. We're just letting the guys decompress. They're just going over a couple things right now here in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, so just bear with. I'm good, guys. How you guys doing? They're still, yeah. Just a second, guys. Just a second. You gotta let the drivers decompress, man. You really do. It's heated out there when they're on track, when they're racing and battling like that. So you gotta give them a chance just to go over everything. A lot of the times, the drivers are going over maybe minor incidents on track, and they're just, going through it, saying their apologies, those kinds of things, right? So. That's usually what goes on after the races in these chats. For those of you that are unaware, I just don't want you to hear what's going on because we don't want the swear words to come across. We're just trying to keep it family friendly. You guys are okay. I got your sound off right now. No, he didn't run out of fuel. He had an incident coming down into the final chicane. Yeah, is that what happened? Yeah, that was it. You went into the wall hard. Oh, that mid-pack battle was incredible. They're really decompressing today, chat. Really decompressing. Just 1 second, guys. Just bear with, chat. Bear with. Alright, yeah, I'm still here. We good for interviews? Alright, is...
I don't know.
Did Jim join now?
I don't know.
He could still be talking to the viewers.
He could be.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh no, he can hear you and he can hear me.
Talking here.
I can't hear him.
He's there, he's just got us all muted still.
I would too.
I can hear something very faint.
See, the thing is, I can only hear him on the thing. I can't hear him through my earpiece.
Oh, he's coming.
No, I can't.
Just a second, guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. There it is.
Oh, there's a lot of delay there.
Check,
Yeah,
check.
it might be my headphones. Sorry about that.
I'll turn that back down.
What's going on here? My headset broken? Can you guys hear me?
Okay, we can hear it.
I can only just hear him. I don't know what's going on. Let me just check.
I can hear him clearly.
Crazy.
I'm happy for you. Doesn't help me out.
There is a good delay. It's about 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, I didn't realise that was actually still streaming, so...
You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. I had the audio shut off for most of that, so...
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. Alright.
Or if they did hear that one.
To the top three.
If I did hear that awkward language, that is apologetic. I didn't know we actually are still streaming.
Yeah, we are.
So I do apologise.
I tried to let you guys
Turn him up to
decompress a
full
little
volume.
bit
If he's not
right
saying
after the
anything,
race, right?
if he's
So...
saying stuff, I can't hear him.
I can't hear
No,
him.
I can't hear anything at the moment.
I can hear him on the stream, but I can't.
I can hear him on the stream, but I can't
I
hear
can
him
still
from
hear
the
him clear. I can hear him clear. I don't know what else.
I'm happy for you. I can't.
Alright, I don't know what's going on,
I'm going
chat.
to leave the chat and come back and see if I can hear him then.
I think Boo's having the same problem.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Ah. Man, PlayStation. Come on, guys. Get with the program here.
Turn it off and back on again. That's the secret.
That's the everything.
We're just waiting for Doug, chat. There he is.
Was that him?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you really loudly now.
Just about.
Yeah, I can hear him.
I've got to just adjust that again now.
Yeah, it's working now.
Alright, perfect. Alright, chat, let's get these podium interviews on the go. So, Doug with a strong drive here today in third place. And, I mean, really, it was pretty uneventful for the top three drivers for the most part, except for you and that fourth place driver, Eric's MK there. You guys were having an incredible battle for the first half of the race. So you want to explain how the race went for you?
It was just nice to be back up at the sharp end again. Congratulations to Bo and Superhero. They did really well. Yeah, I just got into a battle, lost pace with him. I've been struggling the last the last three races. It's just nice to be back up there. It was a good battle. And then towards the end, I was just trying to keep a 5-second gap to him because I wasn't catching the guys up front. BMW's really, really heavy on fuel, so I knew I had to fuel save. I couldn't push. So yeah, I'm happy with the result. I think I got to where I needed to be. It's a shame about Steve running out of fuel. Otherwise, we'd have had a good team result. But yeah, good race. Happy with it.
Absolutely. Anybody you want to shout out? Any sponsors, thank yous, anything like that?
It's just always, there's always with everybody probably a thank you to everybody who's helped setting up this league, getting it going, all the drivers who come in, the drivers that stay in. You know, it makes it fun and having good clean battles. So you know, it's thanks to all the boys really.
But I agree. I've been watching the league develop as the season is very early still. And it's just fantastic to see a full field of drivers on the starting grid. So a really great job by you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great, clean racing. It's really fun, and that's what drivers want to compete with and in. So I do expect to see that you guys are going to continue to grow as we move, obviously, into Gran Turismo 7 in a few weeks' time. So
yeah, we will. I mean, we'll still be running this on GT Sport until the season's finished, and then starting on GT7. With a new season, same group of lads, hopefully. It gives everybody a chance to get the game if people can't get it straight away. Obviously, because our season's still running when GT7 comes out. But it's just, you know, if people can't get it straight away, it gives them a chance to get it. And hopefully, we'll get a lot of return drivers. Hopefully, some of the new drivers this week will stick around for the rest of the season, keep the lobbies full, you know, and not worry about if they get them, because I spoke to one of the guys with ending damage and he's like, well, I was so far behind, but it's all about points. Everybody's scoring, so you know, it's about doing what you can. If you rage quit, you get no points.
yeah, exactly.
If you disco, you get your points. So you know, it's about staying in. I got knocked back to last in the last race on I think lap 3. I managed to come back up to 7th. I wasn't happy with it, but I got back up to 7th, you know.
And that's
But it
just
happens. So it's just stick in, see what happens.
And that's alright. It's a learning process too, right? For especially if drivers are new to league racing. Yeah, points. Every point counts. You never know when a driver's going to miss a week or something comes up and they miss a couple of races, and that's all it ever takes to move up the standings.
Yeah.
But you got to stay on the track and get your points.
Oh, is that a dig at me for like the other week? Is it? Got to stay on track. Cheers for that.
Awesome. All right. Well, great job. Is Superhero in the chat?
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Cheers for the commentary, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course.
As always.
It's a pleasure. You guys make it quite easy. So.
Well, thank you.
Is Superhero in the chat?
I'm here.
Perfect. Great job, Superhero. It looked like you had the answer for our first place finisher here very early on in the race, as you got ahead of the group very quickly and got a really large gap. But then it seemed like the tire wear and the fuel management issue in the Corvette started to kind of kick you in the butt a little bit there, and Boo was able to eventually finally find his way around at the pit window. So explain how that race was for you today.
Yeah, definitely. After coming back from this league for a long time and doing any GT sport racing, I didn't expect myself to be like near enough in the top 5, to be fair, after being proper slow ages ago in GT sport. So when qualifying kicked off, I managed to get into pole position. Was pretty nice with the car. The car felt really strong in the pace wise, and I thought it might be a good chance to try and use that pace, try and do it for the first 10 laps, where I did, but near the pit stop phase, the tyres just could not cope, and Bo was proper catching up with me in the Toyota. So yeah, the Toyota is ridiculously fast. It's out of control fast. The tyre wear on the Toyota was fine. And even when we went in the pits, I was on like, what, 2% of fuel, where he was on 28. So that Toyota managed to proper save its fuel. I think that's probably by Bo doing a lot of mixing on the fuel and just proper short shifting. But yeah, I thought I had a perfect good gap by MK, Doug and Bo all fighting, so I just used that opportunity, but we took that Toyota power and Bo behind the wheel with it. Managed to caught up, but I personally think like that was a proper good first race ever coming back to the league, and very, very intrigued to see second with the fastest lap as well. But I don't know if you get any points with them, but good points for Corvette. I'm impressed.
No, absolutely a great drive, and as you said, just coming back, not playing for however long it's been, to put yourself in second place in a group of pretty quick, clean race drivers that are here week in and week out is a really great drive by yourself. So congratulations. And any shout outs, anybody you want to thank, all that fun stuff?
I just want to say thank you to basically everyone in this league for a good drive, and thank you to Baha as well. Unfortunately, he's not here for racing. He owns the league. You got all the other admins as well, bringing everyone together, bringing the league to its name. It's great to see that everyone's doing it, and also bringing with commentators and streamers as well. Just thanks to everyone really, and especially to Brandon as well. It's a shame that he's not here, but I think he's been pretty impressed seeing everyone having fun in the league.
And that's the big thing. Everybody's having fun. You can actually tell everybody's having fun when you watch the races on track, because the battles are just so good and so clean.
Yeah, it's very very interesting. We'll just have to see what the next track is, because hopefully it's not Laguna Seca, because that Corvette and me does not get on with that track. But fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Well, you never know. Every race day's a new day. It's always a new adventure. So, but a great drive, mate, and just fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
So, our winner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, cheers for commentating. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Cheers. All right, and our winner again for the 4th week in a row, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Boo. Great drive again, mate. It looked like very early on in the race that somebody finally had your number there, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, you just went into beast mode and took first place over, and that was it. Explain your drive today.
Thank you very much. I mean, massive congratulations to Hero. I could maybe get near his lap time if I was perfect everywhere in qualifying. I mean, it was like 2,000 separate from P1 to P2 in qualifying, but I know in the practice he had like a couple of tenths on me, so yeah, no chance I was catching that up. And then off the start, I think dropped down 2-3 positions. I was down in fourth, battling with Doug and Arix, which was a great battle. I really enjoyed that. That was a really good, really clean, tight. And obviously I was watching Hero get away and pull out like 6.5 seconds off me at one point. I was thinking, oh well, just manage the pace, get ahead of the two guys. Hopefully we'd work together, and I didn't mind who led as long as we were sort of keeping a gap to Hero. Managed to get past Arix in the end. Doug followed soon after that, and I sort of gapped them. And then just sort of, I wasn't pushing it. I knew it was everything to play for in the second half of the race. So I wasn't too concerned about the gap ahead. Just stuck to the plan, managed the gap, consistent times. Didn't have to be fastest lap. Just do my race. If I finish second, I finish second. If I can catch up towards the end, then great. If I can save a bit more fuel than him, then fantastic. So yeah, just trust in the plan, and it paid off.
Absolutely, ended up winning the race with about a 6.5, 7 second gap there at the end of the day, so did a really good job to maintain that second stint of the race. Anybody you want to thank, any shout outs, anything like that?
Just all the guys. It's fantastic racing them all, and I like again, it's nice having Hero here. It's a nice added pressure, and hopefully all the new guys that joined today carry on racing. Yeah, it's a nice tight grid, and everybody seems to be closing up from Tokyo, which was the last race. Everybody seems a lot closer in lap times, so long may that continue.
Well, in qualifying from first to about, I think it was 10th or 11th place, was just a hair over a second difference.
Excellent. I mean, that's what you want to see.
So
really,
it was a pretty tight.
You can bring that closer.
It was a pretty tight back, and I mean, two 1,000ths of a second, like you said, between you and Superhero. And I believe it was 1/1000th of a second between Supra and I believe it was Doug in front of him in qualifying as well. So there was some super close qualifying times in the grid there today as well.
I mean, it's what you want to see, isn't it? It's close racing. Hopefully those lap times come down a bit more, and we can see a bit more. We can see a bit more of a mix. I mean, selfishly, obviously, I want to keep winning, but I want to see. I like the entertaining stuff, like the battles early on. It's what we're here for. It's wheel-to-wheel racing, and yeah, as long as I'm ahead of it all, that's where it matters. But it's nice to have the close battles.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all the drivers today. Again, you guys, another fantastic race for the viewers out there, and
thanks, buddy.
Can't wait to see what you guys got in store for us next week. I mean, really, you guys have just been killing it out there. So, well done, everybody, and keep on winning out there, man. Keep on winning.
Thank you very much. Oh, and one last thing, happy birthday, Hair Razor. It's his birthday today.
Yeah,
so,
we did make mention of that too on the stream. So, yeah, you ain't getting away with it that easy.
Thank you very much, boys.
Happy birthday, Razor.
You betcha.
Happy birthday.
Now go celebrate, would you? Have some fun.
Yeah.
Should we start singing? Should we start singing?
Him, I'll win to you.
No, we don't.
All right, chaps. The chat's all yours. Speak freely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that was the guys from the GTRC. You could tell that these guys are all a tight-knit group of dudes. You can tell by the way they talk about each other. You can tell just by the banter between each driver, right? You know they hang out with each other. And it's just really great stuff. So it's an honor to be able to bring this and present this to you guys through, of course, my YouTube channel and the GTRC YouTube channel. If you guys enjoy these races that the GTRC continues to put on week in and week out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Share the broadcast out to all your friends, all your family. Let everybody know what's going on here. These guys are racers, ladies and gentlemen, and they put on a fantastic show. And I would love to start seeing that viewership for the GTRC really starting to grow. So lots of love out there. This is your host for this afternoon, Ghost Terror 45, as many of you know. Ghost 45 now on screen. And we love you all. So what do we say here at GT45 Gaming, everybody? Stay winning, You're always number one, no matter where you are at life. Keep your head up. Keep it strong. We love you, and we'll see you all next week. Have a absolutely fantastic